Hello. Today is going to be a very short tutorial, and it will be devoted to the Gulp file. So we will not talk about Angular, but Gulp is very important task runner, which is inevitable for modern developer. And I was inspired to record this tutorial, but by the very, I would say, untypical and strange problem which we encountered, and we lost, I don't know, one day, or it's hard to count. But the problem that we got was that our Jade templates stopped compiling. And it's not only that, but it compiles every other time. And well, it was very hard, because if you develop, it doesn't work, and to debug this problem is very difficult. And when you figured out the problem, you restart WebStorm, you restart PC, Node, whatever. But then when you start developing, you don't know. The problem comes because you made a mistake in your code, or it's again Jade. And the reason from that problem, I didn't find the specific reason, but I know the problem, that I had very convoluted Gulp file, and I probably inherited it from my previous project, and those was inherited from previous project, and so on and so on. And I knew that I need to fix it, but it was always a hurry, and it worked, and I always thought that it was not a good time yet. And I paid the fine, and I want you to avoid this this problem. So first of all, about how it used to be. So you can see that I had a Gulp file in my root folder, and then it import Gulp folder, but when you open each Gulp file, they are split by task. You can see that enormous task, and in almost each of them, and it's hard to find everything. And it's still possible to find what is where, but it's hard to maintain. And when you get a problem, well, it's hard to find. And this is probably I strictly advise you. So first of all, to keep your Gulp file simple. So now this is how it used to be. So it's probably, I checked it out, revision from a couple of months ago, how it used to be. And when I now check out master, I started to include only those node modules. And yeah, another problem that I had, that my node modules directory includes almost half an npm repository, so it takes about, I don't know, 300 megabytes or something like that. And it was when you update and when you do, so it was just a mess. So this is how it used to be, and here you can see my Gulp file. So first of all, it's very simple. I included here only those plugins, and if you can take a look on node modules, it only those plugins that I use directly now. If something may be useful in the future, uninstall it, or do it regularly. Like my advice, there is not common npm prune, and npm prune, it unbuild all the node modules that is not used anywhere in your file. But it's not all. It's maybe if you keep some files like reserved copies and it contains maybe you will need someday, delete it. Delete it because npm is always available and you will be able to install. Another advice for building Gulp file, in order not to have this endless require, install first of all after Gulp load plugins. And what Gulp load plugins allows to do, it goes over your node modules folder, and by default it get all the Gulp modules and import it. So by this line you can avoid this 100 lines importing all the plugins. It's much easier, it's much clearer, you'll have much shorter Gulp file, and your development workflow will be less error prone. But you have to understand that it's only by default include every project that preceded with Gulp. If you have any project, for example browser sync, which doesn't have Gulp in its name, it means it's not imported and you have to require it usual way. What else? Yeah, and then if you take a look on my Gulp file, it's very simple. It just go over my crc app scripts folder, take all Jade files and compile it. Another project that you must install, this is Plumber, and Plumber allows you do not stop when plugin, in this case compiler Jade or CSS, encounter some error. For example, in your Jade file, if you after div open a round brace, it expects it to be closed, but it doesn't find it. If you do not have this Gulp Plumber, you need to restart your Gulp watch task. This is must, and it has to be with a property for error handling. And this is another convenience when you break something in your code. When it compiles, it will show you notification in convenient way. Another trick with this is mainly for browser sync. You do not have to use browser sync. I just found it the best reloading plugin. It's better than live reload. It works over multiple browsers and sync them. It's convenient, and in this case it is possible actually to show this error I'm sorry, when I reloaded, I forgot why I started to explain. I have a task Jade, but after, and I definitely include inside a watch, inside my main Gulp server, which starts all watching over file. So I need to reload if any of my style changes. It compiles it. It runs style main tasks. It's here. It compiles all still its stylus to CSS, and finally it's reload browser. And in addition, I preprocess it with please. This is I would say the best preprocessor. It interactively checks with can I use CSS, and knows online what browser prefixes you need to include and what already included in browser release. And the trick that I wanted, that it's better to create a new task, and with Gulp task it is possible the second parameter in array format, the second parameter, you can specify name of the task that have to be finished before this task runs. So in this case, I included just empty Jade watch task, and I'm saying that when I go to this part, I need Jade task to be finished. And then this is reload. I created a browser sync reload method, and it's very convenient. It runs it, so we are very satisfied how it works. Then the same with scripts, but scripts, they do not need to be reloaded, but browser sync, it understands. So if it can inject CSS style directly to a browser, it doesn't reload. It doesn't reload browser. And that's it. Do not include. Oh, this is the task, and this is the assets, and assets is also pretty convenient plugin. What it does, it actually preprocesses your HTML file. So if I open index.html, and I definitely have my vendor's CSS styles. And you can comment, you can mark the region and between the region in your file, and include here all your preprocessing. And when I run this Gulp assets, you can see that it's Gulp assets, and after, I'm sorry, I have not finished it. After Gulp load plugins, it means that it goes over all your Gulp project and assign it to object to any variable you assign. On website they use something like Gulp or Gulp plugins, but it's very long, so it's much better to use something shorter, in order, because every time you need to run any project, you need to precede it by P and access it like object property. And this task, it checks index.html. It finds these regions. In this case, it finds CSS, but it's definitely possible to include JS, and it gives you the streams of all CSS files. So I proceeded with this vendor prefixes, what it needed to be. Then I concatenated it to one file, and then I minified it, and then I extracted to app assets. But it shows up that something is probably something with Angular material. After all this process, it doesn't work on, I guess, on mobile phone how it used to be. So it means that I don't use this task, and that's a good opportunity to delete it. So we will try to delete this task, and we will try to, like I said, that give a command npm prune, and it should check all your plugins and unbuild those that is not directly used anywhere in your app. And if we check, and it didn't find that this one was not used. Okay, so it's better to I will uninstall it. So it just npm remove and name of the project. I don't want to take your time looking how I deinstall it, but My advice, keep it simple, because it can lead to errors that will cost you a couple of days at least. So keep only those plugins that you directly use it right now. If you will need it, if you may possibly need it, npm is available, you will be able to install it. And then I hope that your workflow will be errorless, and you will be very productive and finish your project in time. Once more, thank you for your attention. Bye.